Hey everybody, this is Curtis from PSN Stores. Today we're looking at Switch Galaxy Ultra by Atomicon. So this is actually, we're just going to jump in to kind of the main mode here, but this is another game. If you've noticed in the past few weeks, we've had a lot of games come out, notably like Aqua Kitty and Rockbusters, where they are games that originally appeared on PlayStation Mobile and have kind of been upgraded, and a lot of new things have been added to them as they release like natively on PS4 and Vita. So this is another game that is kind of like that. A lot of new stuff added. If you played Switch Galaxy Ultra before, like the main gameplay of like, you know, being on like a track where you're switching different lanes and you're trying to avoid obstacles, like that is still here. There's just a lot of new stuff. There's like a full-on story told through like cutscene to like comic scenes. There is, you know, you can actually go, we'll go to the shipyard and I'll show that. So you have like different ships that you can get. Like you'll start out with the Evolver, and as you progress through the story, you'll get access to different ships. So there are like a total of 5. I've got the 3rd one right now. You can go and you can upgrade this ship. So I can actually upgrade my boost right now. Then you can also buy skins. So there is, I don't really have the money for it now, but I can buy different skins to change the look of the ship that I'm using. We'll show a little bit more of like kind of the story and some of the other things, but right now we're just gonna jump into a level. So I've progressed pretty far. I'm assuming I'm right around halfway, maybe a little past it. I'm thinking halfway mainly because I imagine this is probably gonna wrap around until we get to the starting point. I'm not sure though. So basically each of these nodes is a level. These pink ones here are basically indicate that you're gonna get a new comic book kind of cutscene, and then these right here indicate that you're like, this is a level where once you get to that point, you're gonna unlock the next ship. So right off the bat, like on your level select screen, right before you start out a level, you have this galaxy.net tab right here. So I can go ahead and start if I want, or I can spend 50 credits, and for every 50 credits I spend, like another one of these little sections, it's gonna give me info. It's gonna give me info on like the record time. It's gonna give me info on the gold reward time, the different barriers in the stage, and the different enemy types. Thus far, I just haven't really found myself needing to know this information. It's kind of a cool thing that's there, but I don't know if I just haven't really, you know, found a need to spend any credits on this when I can be spending credits on upgrading my ship. There is this though, which is a little bit more helpful. So, and I guess this is more like, hey, if you know the number of red barriers or how many green barriers, like maybe you can go in and you can purchase these like pass-throughs. So essentially, they're gonna be yellow, green, red, and blue barriers, and these are barriers you don't want to hit. If you hit them, it will slow your ship down. It will do damage to you. So you want to avoid these. So you can actually go in and you can purchase. We'll just purchase one of each for now. You can purchase these, and basically it'll give me like 1 free pass. So you can purchase a bunch of these. And that way, you know, if you do get a point, like let's say you purchase like 5 reds, it'll give you 5 free passes. So if you hit 5 of them, if you're doing like really bad, that'll help you out. So that's kind of a cool little thing that they have there. So again, if you play this before, basically you're switching between lanes. All this stuff should feel pretty familiar. If you haven't, you have these different lanes that you switch between. Once you drive over or you glide over this like boost, that'll add to your boost meter. And then I can then like hold X to kind of get a boost here and get going faster. These are the barriers that I want to I want to avoid. Those yellow orbs I'm picking up are the credits. And as I've gotten a little bit further, you see like there are some other ships that are actually kind of flying along this track as well that I need to avoid. So things that are also I've started to see, I'm not sure if you'll see them in this particular stage, but I've seen like ramps that I can ramp off of, and I have to, like, as I'm in the air before I land, I have to kind of keep my ship balanced. There are pickups that, there's bombs like this that will blow up a bunch of the barriers surrounding me. There are pickups that, like, there was like a, maybe there was just a wall of red barriers that I can't actually pass around and avoid. I can pick up like a red orb that might be sitting a little before them. That'll give me like 3 free pass-throughs. And so I can use that, like here for instance. I pick up a red one, and I just gotta kind of navigate to the red barriers, because those are the ones that I'm able to pass through right here. So different things like that. I think some of these were in the PlayStation Mobile version, but I do think a lot of this, like the ramps for sure, and I think the bombs as well, are kind of new to this version. And I also think in general, I don't remember, because when I played the PlayStation Mobile version, it was a long time ago. It's a few years ago at this point. And I think overall, like, you know, obviously the story mode is new, but I think the levels are new as well. But again, at this point, I hardly remember anything about this, so a lot of this kind of just feels new to me anyways. So once you get kind of pretty far into the stage, you're going to go through this little kind of wormhole area where there are these orbs that you need to collect. They have a name. I can't quite remember them, but there was always 10 of those, and that is kind of how they gate your progress. So if you get to a point, if you're not collecting a lot of those, you're gonna hit a point where you need to go back through stages and collect the ones that you missed, because you need a certain number of those to progress. I think they're called tantalums. But there's always 10. They're pretty easy to get. Sometimes I might miss 1 or 2, but overall it's pretty easy to get all of them. And so I'm guessing this is a bug, but I've noticed this like the past 3 or 4 stages I played. You saw in this stage that I got all 10 of those tantalums. It's only showing me as getting 9, even though I clearly got all 10 of them, and even showed on the bottom of the screen that I got 10. But I noticed like earlier today there was a stage I played that I got 9, and it showed 8. So for whatever reason, it's showing me getting 1 less. I haven't really kept track to see if it's actually adding 10 to my total, or only 9. But I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, there's your, once you finish, it shows like the number of credits that you've got, the time that you finished in. And if you finish really fast, if you finish above the kind of gold reward time, it'll give you bonus credits as well. But now, because I finished this stage right here, if I go to the shipyard, I believe I should have another ship unlocked. Yep, so I now have the Icarus. So I can go ahead and buy this. And then I can look at kind of what the upgrade options are, as well as what skins there are available. Something I've also noticed is, so unlocking each ship costs 1,000 credits, but the actual act of unlocking it, it's more like, hey, do you have 1,000 credits? Yes, okay, you can unlock this ship. It doesn't actually take it doesn't take the money out of your credits. So even though I only had like a little over 1,000 credits, before I unlock this ship, like I still have that money. So I can actually go through and start upgrading different parts of this. Let's see. We'll do Skylaw. Alright, so I have just enough. So remember 175, just to see, because if I get 10 of those tantalums again, and it only counts as 9. So I don't know, like, again, I don't know, I'm assuming that's a bug, and I feel like I've gotten 10 out of 10 before, like, numerous times, so I don't know if that's just a weird thing. Maybe if I restart the game, that'll be, like, it will stop doing that, I don't know. Like, I just noticed it today when I started playing, right before recording and during this video. So I missed right there. Those are you saw to the left, that like yellow portal. Those will actually take you to different like sections of the track, and the game seems to hint that it's possible that taking specific portals might lead you to a part of the track that is a lot faster, or maybe you're able to skip sections that so you can finish the level and get a just a much faster time. So like sometimes you'll come up and there'll be like 2 or 3 portals that you can choose from. And so one might be longer, one might be shorter, and you've just kind of got to figure it out. Alright, so there I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I got all of them. Got 10, so keep that in mind just to see. I'm really screwing this up now. Oh yeah, this is, I like this game. I like the actual, playing it. One thing, again, we'll show the comic book stuff towards the end of this video. There is, I don't, I've kind of read the comics as they come, and I guess I just kind of read them, and then I kind of immediately just kind of forget everything that I just read. Like, I haven't really found myself all that concerned with what's going on in the story. It just kind of gets to the point where it's like, okay, like, I just want to play, There's also, like, there's voiceovers now. So there is your pilot, Vince, he talks, and he communicates with this, like, I'm guessing, like, it's an AI, or it's, like, this alien that shows up, and, she kind of helps you, and, like, she's, like, your tutorial, and she kind of teaches you different things as you, like, when you play a stage where it's introducing a new mechanic, she'll actually come on and kind of, like, she'll stop the level, and she'll teach you about, see, this is what I'm not understanding. So it says I got 7 of 10 when I got all of them. So I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyways, she'll like stop the stage, and then, and it only counted 7. She'll stop the stage and kind of teach you what that new thing is, and the voice acting is just, ugh, it's not great. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like you don't really need to put it in this. I don't know. It's not a big deal, but it doesn't, like, that and the comic book stuff doesn't really detract from the game at all. I just don't really find myself not really concerned with it. I'm just, but anyways, if you want to, so there's 7 comic episodes, so I've found 3 so far. But I don't know, if you go to like episode 1, this is kind of how the game starts off. And we won't read all of it because it goes on for it goes on for quite a while, and the kind of each page you kind of go through and things are happening. But again, there's like this opening actually goes on for a little while, so we won't go. But that's kind of gives you an example of what that is. And then to close out, we'll just go through survival, which is as it sounds. So you just kind of go through and it gets progressively harder and faster. So you just need to go as fast, like just go as long as you can. And if you actually beat your record, you can earn more credits that you can then use to upgrade your ship and things like that. So you also saw there's a multiplayer mode. I don't really know what that is exactly. This game is out in Europe right now. It comes out in the US tomorrow, but when I click on multiplayer, it's like, hey, do you want to host or do you want to join? I choose join, and it just finds no games. So maybe once it's out in the US, maybe there'll be some more people playing, and I can actually see what multiplayer is. But until then, I'm not entirely sure. But this stuff is cool, this is definitely the type of game that once you get going really fast and you kind of get once you get good at it and the speeds you're going are really fast and there's a lot of obstacles to avoid, it's pretty fun just switching between lanes, very quickly. That stuff is pretty fun, so. Let's see if I can beat my record. I've only played this a couple times, so I'm feeling pretty confident I'll be able to get past my record here. No. Alright, I got a little farther. But that is Switch Galaxy Ultra. Again, there is multiplayer. I haven't really... it connects and then... I mean, I can't host, but we're not going to sit around waiting for someone. But if you try to join it, it doesn't find any game. And then there are your options. So... it's pretty cool. Again, if you play the PlayStation Mobile version, you should have a pretty good idea of kind of what you're getting into with this game. It's definitely updated. It looks better. There's a lot of new stuff here, so it's definitely a pretty substantial upgrade over the PlayStation Mobile version, and it's on PS4 and Vita, and cross-buy, cross-save, all that jazz. It seems pretty cool so far. Again, I'm not too crazy about the story or the voice acting in this game. That's kind of just, again, not really taking anything away from it, but when it shows up, I'm usually trying to get through it as quick as I can, just because I want to actually go back and play the game, and that's kind of the part I'm having the most fun with. But again, that is out already in Europe. It is out tomorrow, Tuesday, December 23rd in the US, and again, that'll be on PS4 and Vita. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you guys later.